Secretary of State Antony Blinken has reaffirmed United States support for a Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political transition to an accountable and inclusive government. Antony Blinken met with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan to discuss the latest developments in Syria on Friday. In fact, he reiterated that calls for all actors in Syria to respect the human rights and fundamental freedoms of all Syrians, besides underscoring the importance of United States. In fact, Turkish collaboration, the importance of US-Turkish cooperation in the global coalition to defeat ISIS mission in Syria. Fuzail Ahmed reports.
Meeting between US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan focused on critical aspects of establishing stability in Syria. Leaders pushed for continued efforts to prevent ISIS jihadists from gaining foothold in Syria.
We also discussed the imperative of continuing the efforts to keep ISIS down. Our countries worked very hard and gave a lot over many years to ensure the elimination of the territorial caliphate of ISIS, to ensure that that threat doesn't rear its head again, and it's imperative that we keep at those efforts.
Blinken, who met Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan late on Thursday, also said that there was a broad agreement on what Turkey and the US would like to see in Syria after Assad's fall. Blinken also met with Iraqi Prime Minister in an unannounced stop on Syria crisis tour. Earlier, before boarding a flight to Turkey, Blinken said that Israeli airstrikes on Syria aim to keep military equipment out of the wrong hands. On the ground, Israeli troops and tanks were seen operating in UN-monitored buffer zone between Syria and the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights on Friday, as troops were ordered to remain there throughout winter. Israel has said its incursion into the buffer zone and its seizure of strategic assets of Mount Hermon overlooking Damascus was temporary and a limited measure to ensure its security. The European Commission announced the launch of an air bridge operation to deliver an initial 50 tons of health supplies to Syria via neighboring Turkey.
Given the very difficult humanitarian situation in Syria, we would like to announce that we are launching a new humanitarian air bridge operation for those most in need in the country. First of all, the EU-funded aid flights will bring a total of 50 tons of health supplies, and this is stockpiled in Dubai and will be transferred to Adana in Turkey, from where the distribution across the borders with Turkey, the border of Turkey and Syria, will come in the upcoming days.
In Damascus, Syria's new caretaker Prime Minister Mohamed al-Bashir led Friday prayers at the Umayyad Mosque, where he said it is the birth of a nation.
Victory and the liberation of the land is not just about breaking chains or raising flags. It is the birth of a nation and the restoration of dignity and the writing of history.
Earlier, al-Bashir said he would lead the interim authority until March 1st. Fuzail Ahmed's report for DD India.